Remember this? Some of y'all may be too young to remember this. This is that real hip hop. 1994, Ready to Die comes out. Classic hip hop album. You know, the amount of points he's dropping that's pointless. That makes no sense. He could have averaged 30 points a game. And I would still say he's an overrated scorer. He's a power scorer like Karl Malone. Talking about his actual skill set. Not talking about how much points he scored a game. See, this is why you guys keep talking about numbers and it don't add up. I'm talking about his actual skill set, his scoring skill set. Basketball is a game of skill too. It's not just about putting up numbers. You know, stats ain't the whole thing about basketball. Stats don't define basketball. There's other parts of basketball that goes in. You know, you look at a guy's skill set, like a Kyrie Irving, you know. So, yeah. Okay, that's a team accomplishment. We're not talking about his team accomplishment. We're talking about him as an individual scorer. His skill set, his offensive skill set leaves much to be desired. No, LeBron could have went on and won 6 championships. Well, that'd be a different story if he won 6 championships in like 11 years. But that's a complete different point. We're talking about overrated as today. Not all time, not what he did last year, not what he did 2 years ago. We're talking about right now, not later. You know, his mid-range got a little better. It's better than Giannis. That's why I put him at number 3 and Giannis at number 2. Because Giannis's offensive skill set is even worse. Giannis can't shoot. All he got is a Euro step and a spin around move. And the rest is just power dunks. Completely horrible. This guy needs to develop some type of skill set. But that's what I meant when I said that. Okay. You guys always take, you know, numbers into factors. It's not about numbers all the time, man. You know, LeBron he had seasons where he shot 50% from the field. So it's pointless for you to bring up numbers. I'm talking about his offensive skill set. He got better mid-range, yes, you know, but it's still not he's not a good quote unquote scorer. The guy would tell you himself that he's not a scorer, you know. So you could bring up numbers all you want, but the man himself, unless you know more about LeBron James than LeBron James, then that's a complete different story. You must be in his mind or something. But LeBron said it himself that he's not a scorer. So he's not that type of guy that you look at or a go-to scorer because he don't get that skill set, you know? And that's why his closing ability is, you know, off and on all the time because he can't shoot free throws. No, I didn't say he don't have no moves. I just said his offensive skill set there's more to be desired. You know, it's not like a skill set like, I'm going to use Kobe Bryant, for example. Kobe Bryant's skill set was unbelievable. He could like mimic anybody's move. He was like the dude from Mortal Kombat. He had handles. He had a great offensive skill set. You'd be like, oop, well, wind that back. How do you do that move, Kobe? You know, he was one of the most difficult shot makers too. You know, you'd be like, holy shit, what was that? You know, that's when I say, like, when I watch Kyrie Irving play, some of the moves he do, I'm like, how the hell he do that? You know, what was that? You know, that's a skill set. You know, the handles, the dribble, you know, the ability to create his shot at the drop of a dime, you know, breaking them ankles, your skill set, you know. LeBron has skill, but his offensive skill set needs more to be desired. You being a LeBron, LeBron this, LeBron that, you want him to be perfect at everything when he's not, okay? His offensive skill set does and still is very limited. He has that spin move that he comes into the basket with, but a lot of his offensive scoring ability is just power moves. That's why he does this. He's like a more advanced version of Karl Malone on a scoring tip. You know, you're not going to nobody looks at LeBron James, even kids growing up today. Nobody looks at LeBron and be like, oh, I want to mimic LeBron moves because he don't get a skill set that warrant for that. It's like if you watch, I could go to the gym right now and see kids, Curry, you know, copying Steph Curry. You know, he has a power style. LeBron James is a power scorer. You know, he's always been known as his athletic ability. That's why they call him the L train. They didn't call him that for no reason. You know, he gets these nicknames for power and athletic ability, but that's what he's known for. His offensive skill set still needs to be desired, you know? You know, like, yeah. I mean, like I said, Zach, if LeBron James was a superhero, he'd be the Incredible Hulk. Okay, he'd be the Incredible Hulk. He wouldn't be as skillful as somebody like Spider-Man, you know, swinging through the air and all that other stuff, you know? I wouldn't even go too far to say it's top 2. That's a little bit too much, you know? I do, little. You could join in a few, man. We're gonna be breaking down the Clippers game. You're probably watching the games that's on TNT, right? You know, but nevertheless, you know, I won't go that far, man. You know, the Hulk has some flaws too. He got his ass kicked several times too, you know, but that's a little overstating. You know, that's just the fanboy in you, Bistro. Too much LeBron favoring, you know, you got to come out of that stage. One day you will, you know. What I wanted to say, Brian, get your ass up in here. You know, later I send a link. You could come up in here. You know, I spoke you quick. I make it quick for you. You know, but come up in here. So, but back to my saying, my point. Yeah, you know, this is a very valid thing to say. You know, a lot of people believe that. You know, so that's my top 5 overrated players in the game today. Not yesterday, not last year, not 2 years from now. You know, right now, today, not now, but right now, like Chris Tucker would say. You know. Oh, okay. Top 2 of all time. All right, man. Hey, okay. I mean, if that's your guy that you got in your top 2, then so be it. You know. But clearly, there's some people that don't see it that way. You know, rightfully so. There's some people that don't see LeBron as a top 2 player or a top 3. You know, I met some people that say LeBron was a top 10 player. I ran into people that said that, you know. But, you know, you guys got to stop labeling people as haters just because they don't rock to the same tune as you. If you say pepperoni pizza is better than a regular slice, that's your opinion. That don't mean I have to say it. That don't make me a hater just because I say it. You know, you guys are too sensitive and always in your feelings. And you think everybody has to agree with your favorite player, you know? But that's not the case. You know, everybody has their own opinion. No, it's not old dudes. That's speculation. That's a stereotype. There's a lot of young cats that think LeBron overrated. You think the whole generation of basketball think LeBron is the GOAT? When some people are diehard Kevin Durant fans, probably some diehard James Harden fans, that's 100% false. No, LeBron don't get it like that. He never had his whole generation on lock. There was always somebody that people thought was better. There's a whole generation of, this is Los Angeles, Bistro. You think people here like LeBron over Kobe Bryant? If you think that, I got a bridge to sell for you in Brooklyn. You know, there's a lot of people that think Kobe Bryant is number 2. You know, just because you don't think it, don't mean it don't exist. I mean, you can make that case, but you can make a case that he's 4 or 5 or even lower than that, because some people have. It depends on what your criteria is. You know, I can ask people in Ohio. I know people from Ohio that don't think LeBron's even top 2. You know, you got to start. You got to come out of that state of mind of thinking. You know. Don't think just because somebody's from the same place as you that they think you the best. There's some people that just disagree, that don't look at it like that. You know, Ohio got some diehard Kobe fans too, just to let you know. You know, I'm sure they got some diehard LeBron fans, but you know, I mean, hey, we got to see about that, man. You know, it's always going to be debatable with LeBron James. Here's another thing about LeBron. What does LeBron James do that's 100% great? Okay. A lot of great players, you could sit there and say they're the best at this. Okay. But LeBron James, out of all the stuff that you could think of, you could always think of another player that does it better. What is LeBron's best feature? Out of a basketball player, out of every category in basketball, what does LeBron James do the best? It's pressure. I mean, not pressure. I'm sorry. It's passing. Okay. LeBron's best feature is passing. But is he a better passer than Magic Johnson? I think Magic Johnson was a better playmaker than LeBron James. Magic Johnson made his own system, you know? And he didn't just pass to guys that spot up in the corner and shoot threes, you know, in the LeBron system. You know, the LeBron system did exist. It was going on for several years. You know, Magic Johnson was a better passer than LeBron James. So I already know LeBron's not the greatest scorer of all time. You know, he don't get the skill set to warrant for that. You know, he's not even as arguable to say he's probably the best passer today because there's other people, you know. Okay, top 5 in playmaking, but he's not the best in playmaking. That's the thing of what I'm trying to tell you. You know, all these other greats, a lot of people already put a stamp on them from being the best at a certain thing, you know. It's not defense. He's definitely not the best rebounder. He's definitely not the best defensive player of all time. So even right now, what does LeBron James do that's significantly better than a bunch of other superstars? You know, one thing that he does flat out better, you know, like even in everything, a lot of stuff with LeBron James is so much debating. You know, you can't even say LeBron's the best scorer of this generation because you got guys like Kevin Durant, you know. Yeah, they're on a losing streak. You know, it's regular season to happen. I'm not going to put 100% stock into it, but it does have its merits and its values. It needs to be put in its proper place. Yeah. No, I'm not saying Kawhi and KD is better. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying that there's no one thing that you could pit LeBron over every superstar that is on lock. You know, there's always somebody that you could sit there and say, "Oh, I think this guy is better at this." Yeah, who said that? Oh, that was Octavius. Man, stop saying I look like Paul Pierce, man. I don't look like no Paul Pierce, man. I don't look like no Paul Pierce, bro. Shout out to Paul Pierce. Okay, so look, there you go. You got a guy that you have right there as the best scorer of all time. You got KD as the best scorer. All right. But that's one category that LeBron stop that, man. that's one category that LeBron's not number one in, is what I'm trying to say. Stop that, man. Oh, I don't know where Deshaun Watson's going to go. I hope he goes to Philly, but I'm sure he's not going to go to Philly. 27 to 20 is a score so far. You know, Kawhi Leonard and them boys are cooking against the Memphis Grizzlies. I figured I'd go on live for this game just particularly because it's not on any local networks. It's on just people that live in California. The worldwide game that's on is like the Mavs and the Philadelphia 76ers. Dropping my drink. Mm. Yeah, man. But how's everybody doing? See, that's the thing, Bistro. You think everything or everyone is attacking LeBron James when they're not. They're just stating their opinion on him, you know? Yeah, them damn Three Stooges, man. They're not making a sequel no more. Look like they're getting better. But you know what? It's just regular season. They're supposed to do that in the regular season. You know? They're getting better. But you know what? It's just man, this is my new microphone. I thought it was like doubling, you know, my new mic. But I mean, they're supposed to win regular season games. I'm not going to be surprised or shocked by that. You know, they got superstar power. Why shouldn't you win games? This is why I keep saying that. How is that really impressive? When Kevin Durant comes back and they run the table and they start winning a bunch of regular season games, am I supposed to really be pressed with a team that got 3 All-Stars, you know, top 10 players, top 5 players, you know, to most people? How's that impressive? You're supposed to win. That's like me. That's like we playing at the playground, right? And you got your team. Let's say you on teams with Bistro, and I go out and get my team. I go out and get LeBron James. So it's me and LeBron James against Bistro and Ryan. Of course, my team going to win because I got LeBron James. I got a professional basketball player on my team. You guys aren't, you know? Yeah, they got to make the finals. No doubt, Ryan. I mean, Bistro. But is that going to be shocking if they make it to the finals? No. He said, nah, we're winning. Man, me and LeBron dispatch y'all. I just pass the ball to LeBron all day. Let him go 2 against 1. You know? But that's what I'm saying, man. When you got plays like Kevin Durant that stack the deck, form super teams, if he wins, how impressive are you going to be with that? I'm supposed to jump up and down and be impressive with a guy that win championships with multiple All-Stars? You know, come on, man. You trying to be the modern day Bill Russell? All right, Bistro. Paul George is definitely overrated when it comes to playoff basketball. You know, he was an honorable mention, Ryan. I was going to put him on my list. He was close. I was going to put him on my list because of the moments that he has in the playoffs. You know, but I figure I had to put James Harden in there a little more. You know, I think James Harden was more warrant, and he had more of a playoff. The narrative around him failing in the playoffs was more evident than Paul George to me. Uh-oh, Mr. Ohio in here. Yo, Beaster, I think on the low, Mr. Ohio actually likes you, man. You know, either he likes you or he just loves debating with you. You know, he really loves debating with you. Damn, Ryan, did you lose money on that Pacers game? Oh man, hi Rob Parker. But man, hey, it's all fair, it's all fun, man. I open up the things to everybody, you know. I could have easily had my channel with a bunch of Akron, Ohio's in here, you know, but I don't want that. I don't want to have to talk to people about basketball and they all got the same state of mind. They all thinking the same way. I don't want that, you know. I don't want a bunch of, as Bistro called them, Rob Parkers on my channel. You know, one or two is good enough. I don't need a bunch of Rob Parkers. I want everybody. I want Rob Parker, some Nick Wrights, bring them all on. Rooster, who's my favorite player right now? Oh man, it goes back and forth with several players. I mean, one day I may like Kawhi, the next day I may like probably Durant, the next day I may watch LeBron. I don't really have like a favorite player, you know. It depends on what I'm in the mood for. You know, if I'm in the mood to watch LeBron play, I don't want a LeBron game on. It's just like when you go to eat food. You know, some days I want to eat pizza. Maybe the next day I want to eat a beef patty, or maybe after that I want to eat a double cheeseburger. You know, that's how I treat basketball players. It depends what I'm in the mood for. You know, but I mean, there's a lot of players I like watching. If that answers your question, you know, I like watching Kyrie. I like watching. I still like watching LeBron. You know, I still like watching LeBron. I don't like. He's not as entertaining as he once was. You know, but he's 36. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I like watching Durant. You know, I definitely like watching Durant. I actually like him a little better these couple games this season than I did probably his last year with Golden State. So I mean, it depends what I'm in the mood for. That's all it goes by. I don't really have like a guy that I'm gonna continually to watch all day, every day. I don't pay attention to nobody else. I don't do that. You know, like I'm watching the Kawhi Leonard right now. I'm in a Kawhi Leonard mood. But Joe Embiid is playing. Luka the Don is playing. I'm just not in the mood to watch those guys right now. So I want to watch some Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. I just was in the mood to watch them. Okay, my all-time favorite player. Um, hmm. I'm gonna go with yeah, man. I'm gonna go with probably Jordan. Um, Definitely Jordan. But just because that's my all-time favorite player, that doesn't mean I can't be objective about him. You know, every player has flaws and benefits. You know, but to me, man, there was no player like Mike. I'm still waiting for somebody to get him and to surpass him now. Darko Milicic. Oh man, but the teams feel stupid for getting him instead of Carmelo Anthony. You know, that was Detroit Pistons, man. You guys effed up by getting Darko. You could have got Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony would have had a championship if he was drafted by the Detroit Pistons. So Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James will all had championships in that draft class. Think about it. They all would have been champions. That whole 2003 top five players. Well, not Chris Bosh wasn't. Yeah, Chris Bosh was for that same year too. I'm bugging. They all would have had championships. Definitely not no Andrew Wiggins. I liked Andrew Wiggins in Kansas City. I thought he had some good hopes coming into the NBA, but then I mean, he was just a disappointment. You know, he was a good defender too, and then all of a sudden he just boom collapsed. Mm, you know, but it's only 1 point game. 34-33 is the score. It's only a 1 point game right now. That's it. 1 point game. Hold on for a minute. Man, don't you hate when you buy something and you can't find it no more? Like headphones always bug the hell out of me. I buy headphones and wireless Bluetooth headphones, then they get lost. You never find them again. Now that's gonna irk me and piss me off for the rest of the day because I can't find my headphones. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you, Bistro. Yeah, if that's true, that the the Clippers, I guess, front office paid the media $100 million to hype them up last season. If that's the case, that was $100 million going into waste, But that's a knock on journalism. If you have to be paid off to talk good about a player, journalism went down the tube. I think journalism been going down the tube. There's nobody that says their honest opinion no more. Nobody. Everybody seems to have a hidden agenda. They're getting paid. Money is getting swept under the rug. What happened to honest guys that really believe in what they say? This is why I'm skeptical about guys like Skip Bayless, Nick Wright. I don't believe in them because I think they're lying all the time. And I think they're just motivated by pushing an agenda. And they may get money pushed under the table. That sucks. What happened to just naturally saying, I think this guy is this or that, and make it your honest opinion. According to Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless is 100% true. I mean, 100% he believes in everything that he says. It's not cap. And I have a hard time believing that because I always thought Skip Bayless was capping a lot, But if he honestly 100% believes what he says, that does make him real, If a guy honestly believes something and that's what his belief, whether you believe him or not, that makes him real because he's telling you the honest truth. If Skip Bayless says LeBron James is the most overrated player of all time, I'm just making an example, and if he really believes that, whether you agree with it or not, that makes him real because he's telling you the truth, But if he's just saying that for ratings and if it's just for cap and he don't even really believe in that, that makes him fake. If you're going to say something, believe in it. Nick Wright is a clown. There's so much clowns in journalism. All of them are clowns. Even the entertaining ones like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp he's just he's there to be the opposite of Skip Bayless. Whatever Skip Bayless don't like, he has to be the opposite to do that so that it creates ratings. So yeah, but I don't know, man. You guys, what do you guys think about this story that Bistro brought up? I gotta look more into it. But that's a good story that Bistro brought up. I mean, I didn't heard about it today until he told me. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know that was going on. And he says the Clippers paid $100 million to the media to hype them up last season. That's bad journalism. That's a black eye for journalism. That's why I say, rather you agree with what you call it, right? Rob Parker. That's the thing. I can't say those guys speaking facts if they have hidden agenda, Bistro. I don't know. A lot of them sound like they're just pushing hidden agenda or they're clout chasing. A lot of these guys just want attention. They want to be the number one guy. They want to be what Skip Bayless is. Skip Bayless is arguably the most famous journalist, right? But he's famous for hating on LeBron. You know, he owes half of his paycheck to LeBron James because he hates and spends 90% of his routine hating on LeBron James. And I don't even know if he's genuine, sorry, don't like LeBron James, or he's just doing it for cap, you know? Yeah, I guess the Clips ran out some money then. You know, I wouldn't say Shannon Sharpe is a LeBron Jordan hater. I don't think he is. I think Shannon Sharpe is just a guy pushing his agenda. He works with Skip. He has to be the opposite of Skip Bayless. I can't trust these guys in the media. I don't know. I think a lot of them are just capping, you know? You know? So, yeah, Bistro, if that's true, Skip acts different in person, you know, I'm pretty sure that he just says that for ratings. You know, he's just capping, you know? I believe a lot of these guys don't speak their mind. Now, here's the thing about YouTubers compared to journalists. You got guys like me and a bunch of other YouTubers that talk about sports. At least we say what we really feel. When I make a video, I'm not capping. I'm telling you my honest opinion. That's my honest opinion. You know, facts over feelings. I do that. FOF. And I also do FYF. F your feelings. You know? But nah, on the real, I say opinions and I say facts. Okay. I would tell, if I say I think this guy is overrated, that's an opinion. Okay. That's an opinion. But if I say a guy is LeBron is 36 years old, that's a fact, you know? So I speak facts and opinions, you know, but I know the difference between a fact and an opinion. Yeah, a lot of Kobe fans don't like LeBron James. And yeah, I mean, they stopped watching the Lakers just because LeBron is on that team. You know? Now there are some in Tay's defense, there are some Kobe fans that like LeBron, but they still view LeBron as a lesser version of Kobe Bryant because they think they pick Kobe over LeBron, of course. You know, so people get, a lot of you guys get hate confused with just an opinion. You know, some people don't think LeBron James is all that, but they get labeled as haters because that's not their cup of tea. You know. Oh, well, that's a different story. I mean, that's crazy. If you're going to blame another man for his passing away, it's kind of nuts. That's stupid. I mean, I don't know who says nothing like that. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm a Jordan fan. I'm also a LeBron fan. I just don't look at LeBron as a better player than Jordan, you know? And I told you several reasons why. It had nothing to do really like who I prefer better. I mean, if another guy comes along and I look at him, I say, oh, okay, this guy is gonna, you know, he's surpassing Mike, and he got everything to justify for it. He beats everything that goes up against my criteria. Then yeah, I'm gonna label that guy better than Jordan. You know. You know, so it's different. But he said, wait, what? Yeah, I like LeBron. I mean, I like a lot of players. I like Kobe. I like LeBron. But when we're talking about certain things, and if I'm not going to sit here and give LeBron credit for things I think that he's not perfect at. You know, that's the difference. You know, yeah. If you sit there and tell me, oh, LeBron's the greatest scorer of all time, I'll be like, wait, pump the brakes a little bit. He's a great player, but not the best scorer of all time. I've seen better scores. You know. No, I don't hate Kobe. Why would you think I hate Kobe? You guys got to understand something. When I say somebody's overrated, okay, I'm not talking about, you know, something that they did on a basketball court all the time. It could be the fact that the media is backing them up, you know? and the media are saying things about a player that's just simply not true for me, and there's facts to back it up, You know, I don't know, Bistro. I mean, you and Ohio be going at it. That's the only difference. In order to be overrated, somebody has to be overrating you. Okay, you can't overrate yourself. Somebody has to be doing it. Okay, usually it's the media that's saying things about you, putting you on a pedestal, or saying that you do something greater than a bunch of other players. When you look at it, be like, hold up, I think this other guy is different. Yeah, yeah. Where is Hoop Facts? His team is playing. 45-49. Kobe getting fake love. I would say there's some people giving Kobe fake love because they didn't like Kobe when he was alive. So yeah. Yes, Gillian. Let's go, Knicks. Yes. No. So yeah, man. When I criticize a player or when I say something about a player, I'm giving you the reasons in the video why I'm saying it. So it's not coming out of a hatred place, But I'm not gonna get on my knees and say another man is perfect, So if I sit there and see the media saying something that I disagree with, and I don't think it's getting this proper perspective because it's a hype job, I will talk about it. A lot of my stuff is motivated. A lot of the videos I do is motivated by the media. Okay. So when I see the media saying certain things, I come in and correct them and I bring facts to it. That's it. So a lot of the stuff you see me make videos on, it may be something that I saw Skip Bayless said, or it may be something that I saw Rob Parker said, or Nick Wright, or Kendrick Perkins, So that's how it goes. I don't watch other YouTubers, but I do watch people in the sports media. Yeah, the score is 48-49. The Grizzlies is up by 1 point. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Yeah, Tay, you even came on live to get at Hoop Facts, man. I got to give it to Tay, man. He going at everybody that, when they lose, you got to deal with Tay, But I give you your props. You take it like a man because when your team loses, you're in here. You don't disappear. You take that ass whooping like a man. I don't know about that, Bistro, because Kendrick Perkins used to hate on LeBron. All of a sudden, he gets down with Clutch Sports. He start ass kissing. So to me, these journalists, I don't really trust none of them. I trust none of these journalists. The only journalist that I could honestly say that I think speaks truly from the heart, that don't cap, is Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon. I think those two guys truly believe what they say. They don't come off as guys pushing agenda. Yeah, he did hate it on LeBron. You got to look at the past. He was on the Boston Celtics. Okay, he used to diss LeBron on social media sometimes. He definitely wasn't the LeBron apologist that he is now. That's for damn sure. Even after retirement, until he got a job on ESPN. You gotta do some research on that. You know, there's a reason why I said that. Yeah, and they were teammates in 2015, but that doesn't mean they bump heads a couple of times. You know, that's way past the Boston Celtic thing. That was already over with. You know, and even then, he still wasn't like 100% behind LeBron like that, like he is now. You know, they probably put it behind him. You know, just a competitive thing, but it's still suspect. You start to wonder, you know, because he never was that. If he was that type of guy, you would have got that sense in 2015. He wasn't a LeBron apologist in 2015. He was just normal. All of a sudden, he gets a job in ESPN. He becomes a LeBron apologist. You know, he had to make a name for himself. He says a lot of stuff for shock value. You know, but oh, and I forgot Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose has a lot of, you know what I mean? He's hip hop motivated. So he has like an obligation to try to keep it real. So, you know, I tend to not go at him that much sometimes. You know, you never see me make videos on Jalen Rose too much because pump the brakes, you know? He could have. I mean, that's what a lot of people say. I mean, LeBron helped out a lot of guys get jobs. LeBron may be the GOAT off the court when it comes to helping people out. You know, I give him that because he got a lot of people paid. He got Tristan Thompson a big payday. He got J.R. Smith a payday. He hooks his boys up. If you run with LeBron, you're good friends with LeBron, and he would give you money. He would give you a good payday. You know, all the guys that tend to be a LeBron apologist, rather than Shannon Fry, Richard Jefferson. Don't you notice something? They were his former teammates. Doing the math. You know, you got to connect the dots. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He got roasted for that 81. And he still hate to bring that up. I mean, he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. That's a historic day. Somebody dropped 81 on him. Kawhi Leonard with the dunk, 53-61. The Clippers are down. You like Matthew Dellavedova? He was tight. He was all right. He was a hustle, man. He played with a lot of heart. So you got to give him his credit. He played with a lot of heart. 53-61. The Clippers are down. Wow. They're actually down. About 6:30, I'm going to switch over to the next game for like an hour or two. Because that'd be the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo against Zion Williamson. I think that'd be a great matchup, you know. But hey, man, the Clippers may take an L tonight. They look like they ain't gonna get this W over Memphis. Yeah, he played great. You know, he played great in game 2. Oh man. Yeah. Della was on him like white on rice in game 3. He was on Steph Curry, boy. Yeah, if you use the eye test, you know. But eye tests work sometimes. You know, working hard, there's no stat for working hard. So if you work hard, you got a lot of heart and determination. There's no stat for that. You know, you could play, if you play basketball, you know that sometimes some guys give you problems. They all up in your grill, you know? So So yeah, man. Now you use the eye test for a lot of things. You know, it's completely different in certain categories. All right. Dang, what? This is the halftime report already for the. Dang, man, this is kind of weird how they get these people talking about the game. They got one guy on the side and the other woman on the other side, and they got like a tent or something blocking them. You know, I guess they're keeping a social distance um, going on, but still, it looks kind of weird. Man, if you see some of the people that do the Clipper halftime report, if you get what I mean, all right. I'm gonna type it in here so you guys can see. All right, you guys don't get Clipper basketball because you don't live in LA, but you got to get props when you see something. When you see something nice, man, it is what it is. you know, and keep in mind, I'm a traveler. Okay, so I've seen a lot of stuff. Right, so there's no favoritism. That's not even my favorite. As you can see, you already know what my favorite is. International P. That's how I lay it down. You don't call me International P for no reason. I'm International P. Like Pac said, with with a passport. So it's not even usually it's not my cup of coffee usually, but I just had to give credit where credit due. Nah, no 6ix9ine over here, man. 6ix9ine is an embarrassment to hip hop. No, it's embarrassing to call that guy a New Yorker. I mean, why is he? He just make New York look bad. Don't ever call Tekashi 6ix9ine the king of New York, man. Biggie would be rolling over in his grave. I mean, real talk. Biggie be rolling over in his grave, man. Don't make that guy. Telling you, man. They're wearing their typical uh, like dark navy blue, them ugly navy blue jerseys that they get. You know, halftime report 53-61 is your score. Man, you guys are something else, man. The Clippers, yeah, look like they may take a loss tonight, man. But how's everybody doing tonight anyway, man? No, I haven't did live in like 2 days or something like that. You know, man, if I don't do live, then I just keep up the material and drop a video. Consistency matters. It definitely matters. And Bistro, you already know that my hip hop channel. So if you don't see videos on my sport channel, my hip hop channel is called The Big Apple TV. It's sports. It's not sports. It's hip hop and media. And like politics. I talk video games a little bit sometimes in there. All right, Bistro. But yeah, man, I'm a probably like after tonight over, I'm gonna probably drop some hip hop videos over there, keep it moving over there. Talk about my favorite hip hop groups. Make a little Biggie videos, stuff like that. I got a lot of hip hop knowledge going from the 80s and the 90s. You know, my favorite artists, actually all of them really come from the 90s. That's my era of hip hop, really. That's the era, the golden age of hip hop, if you ask me. Nas, Biggie, Jay-Z, Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, just about every historic rap group or rapper came about in the 90s, and it was very competitive back then. You really actually had to have skill to be doing your thing in there. Outkast, my favorite groups is probably Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, The Lox, Outkast, and number 5. Hmm. Hmm. Number 5, my fifth favorite hip hop group of all time. Damn, that's something I gotta actually look into. Nah, not D12. Definitely not D12, man. But hmm, probably something like a Trap Called Quest, conscious hip hop. Because as you see, my list is a little diverse. You got the hardcore, rugged hip hop, like Mobb Deep. You know, the Jones Brothers. Nah, man. But I got the rugged hip hop. I got the authentic lyrical hip hop with Wu Tang. Then I got the discreet lyrical hip hop with the Lox. The creativity of an Outkast, and conscious hip hop of A Tribe Called Quest. So I would say, yeah, those are my top 5 hip hop groups. You know, so yeah, man. My top 5 solo hip hop artists is kind of tricky because some of my favorite artists are artists that's in the group, and I have to separate them, take them out of that group. Now, if I don't count them in the group and I just go by artists that's not part of a group, my top 5 would be a little bit different, you know. But I got Kendrick in there for you new school heads. Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite artists of this generation. Definitely something that stands out a little different, put the West Coast on the map for the new generation, if you ask me. I got Nas at number 1, of course. Tupac is in there. So yeah, man. The Jones Brothers. What are your favorite hip hop groups, man? J Knight, my top 5, man. Or Lil Wayne. Neither one of them dudes in my top 5. So I won't have him in my top 5. I'd rather listen to like prime 50 Cent more than Jay-Z. From early days 50 Cent before he linked up with G Unit and to the like G Unit prime, Actually, you know what? I'm going to take A Tribe Called Quest off my top 5. I'm going to move them to 6 and I'm going to replace them with G Unit, G Unit movement was definitely one of my favorite groups. I like G Unit when they really just Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks, and 50 Cent in their prime, Your skills in game is whack. Lil Wayne had a little moment, but Lil Wayne's not my top 5. He's not in the top 5 for me, for solo artists or any damn group related. But like in terms of listening to artists, if you just take the group out, you take the solo out, my guys that I like listening to the most, that will always be heavy rotation in my, if I had a car, or in my whoop, in my house, or my iPad, or my, YouTube account, whatever. It's Nas, Prodigy or Mobb Deep, Raekwon and Ghostface Killer from Wu-Tang Clan. And let's see, probably like 50 Cent. So yeah. So yeah, those would be my favorite artists. I like a lot of 70s soul music. I like a lot of old music, even with, I like rock and roll too. A lot of people don't understand that. It's not just one group of music, Oh, okay. I mean, Schoolboy Q is like he's new school. And so I don't really rock with him like that. Don't get too happy, Ryan. It's just the regular season, man. They're supposed to be winning. So the Nets are, that's not shocking. They're supposed to be winning. What's shocking is if they lose. They're supposed to be winning. You have all that star power, you're supposed to win. That don't come off as shocking. If the Nets go off to win a championship, we got to call them champions. But am I going to respect the Brooklyn Nets because they got 3 big all-stars on it? Of course you're going to win. It's not that impressive, Where's the challenge coming from when you got You know, three guys capable of closing. Okay, he's 34. He's still just because he's 34 don't mean like he part of the old school though. Man, he could have got put on late. You know, he's definitely more new generation than old school. He's not from the 90s or nothing like that. You know, he's not a 90s hip hop guy. He probably would. He probably go at him and try to guard him. I mean, they're gonna have to see each other. Hopefully, we could see Kyrie Irving versus LeBron James in the finals. Dr. Dre, Easy E, that's West Coast legends. Um, I mean, Dr. Dre is more of a beat maker than an artist. I mean, I don't look at Dr. Dre as a guy that could rap that good. I mean, like, give me that Dre beat and just let me go. You know, so he's more like a producer. You know, like Kanye West, he's a better producer than he is a rapper. Harden versus Davis in the finals. Okay, yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis got to get right for the Lakers to make the championship. No Anthony Davis, no championship for the Lakers. It's just that simple. But yeah, man, Zach, you full in on the Nets winning the championship, huh? You think they got it this year? You think it's going to be ranked number one for James Harden? Zach is like, I don't care how James Harden get the championship. I don't care if he's playing with 10 All Stars. I just want to see him win the championship. Holy crap! Pat Beverly just hit the Jordan. He hit a Jordan Ness shot. You know, pump fake, boom on his defender. You know, Pat Bev trying to be a scorer over here. Eminem is overrated. I never rock with Eminem. He's not my type of hip hop. Now, see, we talking all this hip hop. I got to do live stream on my hip hop channel and talk about artists. You know, Stoop Doggy Styles classic album, and he had a couple hit singles. You know, but to me, man, I got to go home. There's nothing like Queensbridge hip hop. That's my favorite, man. That's number one, man. That's home. Whoa, hate is a very strong word to use. You know, oh, did I read that right? Okay, it's fake, not hate. Um, Still a very strong word to use because you're still applying that you don't like somebody. You got to meet them in person not to really like them. So, B Store, what do you think of him? Okay, that answers the question right there. Was that all plastic bistro? Is that what you're saying? It's all plastic? But yeah, man, it's too bad I can't pick the audio from the games, man, because ESPN, everybody will block it. You know, why does copyright have to exist? You know, they should take a break off YouTube. At least the NBA. We doing you guys a favor by promoting the game for you. Not everybody in the world could watch basketball games. You don't have the access to watch basketball games. So if I'm promoting your game by literally watching it and just having like the audio on in the background, and you know, I'm telling people about the game, I'm getting the game more play and more exposure. Why would you stop somebody from doing that? You know, long as they sit there and say, I don't own the footage, it's not like I'm going to give them, you know, actual footage of the game. But if I have the audio in the background or something, yeah, I mean, YouTube should not be so strict on that. And I don't think it's the YouTube, it's the NBA. I can't even do that, Bistro. You know, I have to have it on silent. Even if I have a little bit of the audio playing in the background, you know, you get hit with copyright. And then once you get hit with copyright, they take down your channel, they take down your live stream rights for about 3 months. You can't go on live for about 3 months. And if you're a YouTuber, that's like a real big killer, because 3 months is a long time to go on and not be on live. You know, that sucks. Zach, now you're an ultimate Kevin Durant supporter? Yo, I can't say that, man, because Bird won with what he got. Keep in mind that those guys on that team, you know, they were all breaded on that team. Larry Bird didn't went out and call people and say, "Hey, let's team up together." He won with what he got. Now he went through the struggles of winning with what he got. You know, it'd be a different story if Larry Bird called up Hakeem Olajuwon and he called up, you know, Michael Jordan and said, "Hey guys, let's link up in the off season." You know, that's different. You know, I'd never seen superstars do that until the Miami Heat came. You know, that Miami Heat thing was something completely different that nobody has never seen before. Nobody never seen players link up like that. And how will you exactly know that? I didn't even complete my top 5 yet. I'm making my videos. So yeah, man. I got some chicken cooked. That's my dinner for today. What's the name of that chicken called again? Coca-Cola chicken. And yes, exactly. It's exactly what you just heard. Coca-Cola chicken. It's made with Coca-Cola. So it's pretty good. You know, the Coca-Cola dissolves into the chicken and it got a nice, good, sweet taste, you know? No, actually, you're not right. You know, but we shall see when I drop it. But man, yeah, that's my dinner for the day, man. You know, I say actually I could sit back like this and talk to the mic because this live stream is actually through this microphone that I'm, you know, using. It's actually great. I can mute myself. I can do whatever I want with this. You know, it's pretty good. Great for live streams. Oh, here come Kawhi with a series of moves and leads to nowhere. He just ends up passing the ball. You don't know that. Why would I have Kareem at number 2? Why would you think that? What would give you the 100% approval of thinking that I got Kareem at number 2? I never gave off any hint that I got Kareem at number 2. So you just gonna have to wait and find out one day, man. But that's not factual. That's no proof of that. Nah, man. You would be surprised when you see my top 5 actually done. And let's see what the score is so far. The score is 78-65. They getting their ass beat. The Clippers are literally getting their ass beat. Good comeback, Bistro. Good comeback. He got you on that one, Mr. Ohio. Ah, man. I ain't worried about that, man. Listen, man, we got a new rule of thumb here, man. I'm not talking about people um that that I don't talk about me or whatever the case may be. You know, I can't do that, man. I'm not that type of dude that worry about what another man thinks, another person thinks. And all these guys in my that chat or comment on my videos, some of them talk a lot of shit, but don't come in live. I mean, I give them the plug to come in live and talk. You want free spoke, I give it to you. But it's out of mind, out of sight. I'm not gonna worry about what somebody else is thinking, man. That's not me. You know, I don't worry about what the next man is thinking. I'm too busy making moves myself. You know, like for instance, I'm in the midst of building a house and all that, but I'm not. I don't care about the next man building the house. I only care about the house that I'm building. Now, as a man, that's my job to make sure everything is good on my end, and that's it. I can't provide and help everybody out. I'm not. I'm not these dudes' fathers, man. I can't hold your hand. Can't do it. I'm a grown man. I can't babysit other grown men. You know, I get all these guys on here telling me I'm this, I'm that, just because I don't get on my knees and worship another man. I don't do that. I don't do that for no man. You know, he said he's fake. You know, but that's how I get down, man. There's a lot of guys on YouTube. I hear a lot of people talking about all these other guys on YouTube. Be like, yo, did you hear what this guy said? And I always tell them, don't come to my channel talking about other YouTubers. We don't do that here. I don't care about what the next man is doing on his channel, or what he say. You don't say my name, you keep my name out your mouth, I keep my name out your mouth. As simple as that. And even if you are talking about me, but you don't come to my channel, what you want me to do about that? Because I won't never know who's talking about me because I don't watch other YouTubers. So I would never know somebody make a video on me, you know, or talking about me. But I mean, that is what that is. So as of now, I don't get down like that. I mean, I nothing to say about other YouTubers. I wish everybody the best. You know, it's just fucking YouTube at the end of the day. This is not even my main job. You know, I live in Los Angeles, man. My main job is working in the office. You know, I'm an office brother. You know, so this don't put no money in my pocket. This shit is for fun. I move at my own schedule, and you know, I make a video when I make a video. You know, if I want to take a day off from making the video, I do that. You know, I'm under no obligation to make videos every single day. I don't get paid for it. This is all out of fun and just my love for sports, because I truly love sports. Football, basketball, you know, tennis, golf. I'm a sports guy. One of the main reasons why I got video game systems is for sports. You know, my wife wants video game systems just for fighting games, but I want it for sports. I have known my wife since 2014. So I mean, it's been a while, man. You know, it's 2021 now, so it's been a couple years. It's not about winning or losing all the time, especially in boxing, Zach. It's about what you did, and especially in boxing, who you went up against. Floyd was too much of a cherry picker to be a GOAT for me. You know, I can't even pick Floyd over like Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard was there boxing people in their prime. Floyd was out there candy picking and cherry picking fights. You know, it's a respect value. It's how you did it that counts. You know, Floyd put money above boxing. He don't care about legacy and nothing like that. He just want money. You know. Ooh, Tyson versus Ali. You know, a friend of mine's from Brooklyn. Actually, he's from the Bronx. He used to always say Tyson would knock out Muhammad Ali. I don't know. I think Muhammad Ali would have beaten Tyson. You know, now, we would never know. But I think Muhammad Ali was a better boxer, and he would have did what Evander Holyfield did to Mike Tyson. You know, Mike Tyson was the type of dude that had very limited stamina. If he can't knock you out in the first 10 seconds or the first round of a boxing fight, and it goes the distance, he was most likely going to lose. So, nah, man. Muhammad Ali, man, this guy was a warrior. He fought guys in their prime. He fought everybody. He didn't do what Floyd did, fight 1 or 2 fights a year, then retire. You know, and constantly retired to duck gut fighters in their prime. Waited till guys get back old, then he came back. You know, all marketing scheme for Floyd. It's all about making money. Muhammad Ali was just about boxing. A warrior. And he paid the price. That's how he got, you know, his disease that he got, because he was out there taking punishment. He was out there fighting guys in their prime. Mike Tyson should have gone to UFC. I would like to see Mike Tyson in UFC. That'd have been great. That'd have been great to see Mike Tyson in UFC. So, but Floyd is a great boxer, but I never seen Floyd get tested because he never allowed himself to get tested. There was a lot of guys that he could have fought, and he didn't want to fight them because he didn't want to get tested. Even when he was young, early in his prime, he had chances to fight guys like Costa Tszyu, and he didn't want to fight that dude. You know, one of the main reasons Floyd left Bob Arum was because he said, and I quote, "Bob Arum pushes me too much." That means Bob Arum was trying to get me fights against guys that would be a challenge, and he didn't want that. He wanted everything easy. Floyd wanted easy fights. He wanted to fight guys out of their prime. Floyd never cleaned the division. Never. He had never cleaned the division. Neither did Manny Pacquiao. None of them guys cleaned their division. Muhammad Ali cleaned the heavyweight division. Well, I mean, yeah, he would, because Muhammad Ali's a heavyweight. Floyd's a welterweight. So by weight size, they would never fight each other anyway. You know, boxing has weight divisions, man, for a reason. But from welterweight terms, man, please. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, neither one of them cleaned their division. These dudes was just putting on hype job performances. All these good boxes Floyd ducked. He ducked Paul Williams in his prime. He didn't want to fight Paul Williams. But all of a sudden when Paul Williams got knocked out by Sergio Martinez, here come Floyd. Yeah, I would love to fight Paul Williams then. Why? Because he was used goods. The minute Paul Williams was used goods, Floyd was just, yeah, I fight you now. The minute you get old, you get out of your prime, he sees a weakness, he'll fight you. But if you in your prime, you hot, you don't want to have nothing to do with you. Nah, they was exact same size. Floyd would have got knocked out. I think Floyd would have got knocked out by Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard would have knocked Floyd out the same way he beat his pops. Floyd's father got his ass beat by Sugar Ray Leonard. Even his pops was like, I don't want Floyd to fight this guy because I'm afraid my son will lose. I'm afraid my son would die in the ring. Man, and both of these guys, Floyd and Manny Pacquiao, was ducking each other for years. And Manny Pacquiao said he was afraid of needles, but he got tattoos. This dude got tattoos, but say he afraid of needles. That's why he didn't want to take a drug test. And Floyd was just the same, ducking Manny Pacquiao. He didn't want to face Manny Pacquiao in his prime. When Manny Pacquiao was that guy knocking people out, Floyd was running away from Manny Pacquiao like it was a plague. He didn't want to have no parts of Manny Pacquiao in his prime. This guy waited for over 6 to 7 years, made it every excuse in the book just to fight Manny Pacquiao. And he was forced to fight Manny Pacquiao when the fans had enough. The fans forced Floyd to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's how he took that fight. That's the only reason why he fought Manny Pacquiao. No, but Floyd and his team was accusing Pacquiao of using steroids, right? And that's the going on narrative that's been for years. Okay, now they wanted random blood testing, and they wanted him to take the needle, take the shots. So Pacquiao say, you don't take needles, but you got tattoos. Both of these guys said a lot of suspect things, like they was avoiding fighting each other, But I could tell you this much: Floyd was ducking Manny Pacquiao way more than Pacquiao was ducking Floyd. Floyd did not want to face Manny Pacquiao in his prime. He waited till he got old, then he beat him. And that's not oppressive to me. No, Floyd was old, but that's how he waited. He waited that they both was old, but at the same time, they should have fought when they was in their prime. Okay, but if you're a professional boxer, guess what? You would have took that test. You'd have said, hey, I want to knock Floyd Mayweather out. Floyd had a lot of confidence. He sold himself. He was an entertainer. Floyd's off the ring antics was more entertaining than his boxing matches. Okay, some of Floyd's matches was boring as hell. Okay, all this dude did was just circle around the ring. He literally had a match where he was running around. I forget what fight that was, but it bored the hell out of me. This dude was literally running in the ring, and the fans was booing. You know how many times fans booed Floyd Mayweather in a boxing fight because it was boring? And this is coming from a guy that liked Floyd Mayweather. But I'm got to be honest and tell you the truth. Floyd, I mean, he had some times when he was just, man, all this guy did, he did a marathon. This motherfucker was running in the ring. And I mean, no, I'd never say he wasn't like running in the ring sometimes, but I just say he
all the time.
Nah, he was better than Manny Pacquiao, though. I give him that. Here's the thing about Floyd versus Manny, guys. You see how she talking, right? She defended Manny Pacquiao. Here's the thing about Floyd versus Manny. I thought Floyd could have beat Manny in his prime, but he was too afraid. He was too chicken shit to fight Manny in his prime. You hear that, Zach? she say Floyd was a runner for most of his fights. You know, I ain't gonna lie and be honest. I gotta tell the truth. I saw some fights when Floyd was running. You know, I fell asleep during Floyd Mayweather fights. Some of his fights, he made me fall asleep. And I'm a boxing fan. I woke back up. Floyd wins by decision. I was like, okay, the match is over with. You know, you know, he was a great promoter off the boxing ring. He got you hyped up for a fight, and then when you watch it, you like, what the fuck is this? You know, you know, he was a runner. You know, by that, if you like boxing when it was toe for toe, Rocky, Apollo Creed style boxing, Floyd wasn't the guy to give you that. You know, he wasn't the guy to give you that. Manny Pacquiao, he went toe to toe with a lot of guys, and he was shorter. This guy had blood on his face. He punched, boom, 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 going at it. You know, some of his fights, I was like, man, this fight is entertaining. I like this. This was a fight. You know, Pacquiao was giving you a fight. And Floyd was just like, you know, he's the greatest defensive boxer, if you ask me. But at the same time, his style was just boring. Sometimes he was just boring, you know? Floyd had a couple good knockouts, but his hands was weak. So past like 2008, he wasn't knocking nobody out, you know? He was just point. Let me get a point system. Oh, missed your punch. That's pretty much a Floyd fight. Floyd wins by decision. You know, that was it. You know, he that was some of his fights. So
my father was upset when they announced Floyd won.
Yeah, because I know Floyd was going to win because Floyd was. I know Floyd was going to win because he won by the point system. You know, a lot of Pacquiao punches was missed. You know, and Floyd did his thing, what he normally does. Box. Oh, he's trying to throw punches at me. Miss. That's boring for people to watch. Okay, people, they want to see a boxing. They want to see a fight. When you see a boxer, you want to see them fight. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard was a fighter. Roberto Duran was a fighter. You know, these guys was fighters, man. You know, even some of the best defensive-minded boxers, they actually fought people. I mean, they stood there toe to toe. Muhammad Ali was a defensive boxer, but he still was knocking people out. You know? Yeah, Floyd always had a fight in Vegas. Floyd Mayweather always had fights in Vegas with the same style referee. You know? I mean, I'm just saying, Floyd's a great defensive boxer, but, you know, offensively, he was boring as shit, you know? So I don't want to see another Floyd versus Pacquiao because I know Floyd's going to win, and I know he's going to win in a less decisive way. It's going to be boring, and you're going to be like, man, this shit was a waste of money. You know what I mean? Pacquiao, you all right?
He played
Yeah. You know, you just admit you're bored with watching. You know, that's not Hannah's style of, for guys. You know, that's not Hannah's style of boxing. She don't like that defensive boxing. She likes action. You know, see, you just heard her said it. She likes action. You know, Floyd would never fight Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is young in his prime. Floyd would never fight Earl Spence Jr. See, Pacquiao would fight those guys. That's the difference. Pacquiao had more guts. He had more balls than Floyd Mayweather. I give him that. Pacquiao was dead. He's sitting there trying to fight them dudes. And he old as dirt. Pacquiao was like, yeah, I fight these young guys. Floyd would have never fought Keith Thurman. Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman. I thought Keith Thurman was going to beat Pacquiao because he was younger. But Pacquiao beat the brakes off Keith Thurman. He was older. You know? Pacquiao is not a coward. I tell you that much. He don't, you know, he backs it up. He go in there, he trying to fight you, you know. Now that knockout he got by Marquez was something though. And he got knocked the hell out by Marquez. I thought Pacquiao was dead for a minute. He was a You remember that time he got knocked out by Marquez? You remember that fight? You know, but at least he took a chance. He got balls to fight, you know. I respect a man getting knocked out than a guy just point system. You know, oh, I don't want to get hit. You know, let me just run around. You know, That's not the, you know, yeah. You know, I don't respect cowards. I like people that get it from the mud. I like seeing guys earn the right to be called great. This is why I don't respect certain basketball players to the fullest. I don't respect Kevin Durant to the fullest. And yes, I don't respect LeBron James to the fullest because he went out and did that whole Miami Heat super team thing with Dwayne Wade, then came back to Cleveland, monopolized the Eastern Conference, got 2 All-Stars with him, got the best role players, and ran amok in the Eastern Conference with no other team was on his level because he had the best players. That's not greatness all the time to me. Of course you're going to win when you have all the best players, fool. What can you do if you're the alpha of the team and you have just one sidekick, you know? And he tried to form a super team in Los Angeles too. So miss me with that. He tried to recruit Klay Thompson and tried to get Paul George on the Lakers team and try to get Kawhi Leonard, and all these guys turn LeBron down. Okay, LeBron and Floyd Mayweather, they have that in common. He said, "I loving it when the Clippers lose." You know, you keep dreaming, Zach. You ain't gonna see Terrence Crawford fight Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather not tough enough to fight Terrence Crawford. He's not even tough enough to fight Earl Spence Jr. because when he was training in boxing, Earl Spence Jr. was getting the best of Floyd. And there was a rumor that he gave Floyd like a bloody lip or something like that. And Floyd would never have a professional fight with Earl Spence Jr. because he's too afraid that he would get knocked out and it'll ruin that perfect record of his. No, Floyd, he would never face the fact that he take a risk of losing. If Floyd lost a couple of times and he lost like a man, I would give him more credit. But he don't want to take a risk. You know, LeBron James don't want to take risk. That's what I don't like about LeBron James. I love LeBron James as a man and a basketball player, but every time he wins, it's because he's recruiting all these guys. It's not respectable to me. Okay? He forced Anthony Davis to leave the New Orleans Pelicans in an unprofessional manner. Probably talked to the guy on the phone, said, "Hey, come to LA, man. Let's do this. Let's win some chips." Knowing Anthony Davis was a top 5 player in the game. Okay? The Lakers will have a big 3 right now if LeBron had it his way. I don't like big 3s. Okay? I don't like this whole fucking super team nonsense. I like 2 All-Stars and role players, and I like seeing guys compete. Okay? If you're the best, compete. Show me. I want to see LeBron James guarding Kevin Durant. I want to see LeBron James guarding Kawhi Leonard. The same way I got to see Michael Jordan guarded Clyde Drexler. You know? Stuff like that. Mano on a mano. Who's the best? Michael Jordan took his ass whoopings like a man. Went back to the gym, worked out, and got better. Kobe Bryant took his ass whoopings like a man too. When they say he couldn't win without Shaq, the guy said, "You know what? I'm coming back." You know, I remember when he lost in the 2008 finals. They asked Kobe, "What are you going to do to get better?" He said, "I'm going to do everything in my power to get better. If I run into a wall, I'm going to do that damn wall." That's what I like. I like guts, courage, determination. I don't want easy championships. Fuck an easy championship. I don't want a stack the deck championship. I want to earn my championship. I want to see if I'm really better than this guy that I'm competing against. And that's what guys like Manny Pacquiao stood for. You know, Manny Pacquiao's not my favorite boxer, but he stood for competition. Pacquiao was like, "Yeah, I want to see who's better, me or this guy. You know, let's do it." And if you're Filipino, you should be proud of a guy like Manny Pacquiao because he don't take no shit. He got balls of steel. He want to fight. You know, this little short dude want to fight. You know, you can't. I can't call it, man. It is what it is. You know, Michael Jordan, he want to get in your face. Michael Jordan to get in your face and tell you you ain't shit. I'm taking this. Give me that. Give it to me. You know, that's what he want. LeBron James is more like, oh shit, this guy's serious. Yo, Anthony Davis, I need some help, dog. You know, like like Kevin Hart. Nigga, help me. Help. You know, remember that meme I get in my videos? Like Kevin Hart saying, nigga, help me. You know, that's how it is. Bird Celtics were organic, Zach. They were drafted to the team. Larry Bird did not call Kevin McHale to come to the Celtics. The only guy that did that in NBA history was LeBron James. That's why he got booed for it. Because he took the traditional way of winning and said, the hell with it. I'm forming super teams. LeBron was colluding with Dwayne Wade, who was already an all-star, Chris Bosh, who was already an all-star, tucked them from their, basically said, hey, tucked them from their franchise and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go and join you guys. We're going to form a big three. Instead of getting it the respectable way, you know? Harden was traded. Yes, but who demanded it? Harden demanded the trade. He said, I want to go to the Brooklyn Nets. He got on the phone. Him and Kevin Durant was colluding, the same thing. I'm pretty sure Kevin Durant was the one in his ear. But James Harden don't get no respect because you forced the trade to the Brooklyn Nets. And if you win a championship with a team that you basically called and talked to Kevin Durant, say, hey, let's come on this here. There was articles and reports that Kevin Durant and James Harden was talking before they even got to the team. That's called colluding. Larry Bird never called Magic Johnson to come play with him. He said, I want to beat Magic Johnson. I want to see who really better. That's the difference. Oh, look who's up in here. Mr. Octavius. That's the difference. But hey, man, if you guys like stuff the easy way, fine. I like to earn stuff. You know, if I'm doing something, I want to put my heart and soul into it, and I want to make sure it's done my way. I want to leave my imprint on it. Just saying. But I guess people don't like working hard no more for stuff. But when I was coming up, I was taught to work hard. My mother installed work ethic into me. She told me, get off your ass and go and earn something. You want to be the best? Go and earn it. You know, I used to sit there and go back, yo, mom, just come home, mom, man. I didn't make the basketball team when I was young. She said, you know what? Take that basketball, go outside and keep practicing then. Earn that shit. Earn it. Because nobody going to give you nothing for free. You want something, you want to prove you good enough to earn a basketball team, go and earn it. That's the type of cloth that I'm cut from. I don't believe in fucking stacking decks. Fuck stacking decks. Nah, no, you don't. There's guys that won without super teams. You don't have to create a super team to win. Just last year, everybody had equal value. 2 all-stars and role players. That's a lot. You don't have to make no super team to win, but you want to make a super team to win multiple championships by pulling this guy from this franchise and telling him to come over here. Man, come on, man. That totally killed basketball in a way. That's why I don't even, Kawhi Leonard's not my favorite player, but I respect what he did. He could have went to the Los Angeles Lakers and stacked the deck with LeBron. LeBron was sitting there calling Kawhi Leonard on the phone, telling him, yeah, man, yo, you come on my team. It's going to be my team, though. But I'm going to give you the keys to the team when I retire, you know? You know, come on, man. Imagine the Lakers with Kawhi Leonard in there and Anthony Davis. You would have had, at the time, 2 of the top 5 best players in the game. Actually, 3 of them with LeBron. You mean to tell me that that's competition? You respect that win? Kawhi Leonard said, the hell with that. I'm going to the Clippers and I want to compete against LeBron. I want to beat this guy. And that's what I like. No offense, but LeBron James and Floyd Mayweather, they have a lot in common when it comes to that. You know, Kevin Durant too. You know, Hannah was giving Kevin, for all you don't know, Hannah's my wife. She was going Kevin Durant under the bus for going to the Golden State Warriors. She thought it was a pussy move because it was. It was weak. We was watching them games and looking at each other like, man, of course they're going to win. How's that being competitive? You know, we want to see people compete. You know, all those people that bought Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao fight, they wanted to see a fight. The fight of the century was more like the overrated fight of the century. That fight was boring as shit. And part of the reason why it was boring because Floyd made it that way. Pacquiao was willing to fight. Damage arm and all. He said, fuck this shit. I want to fight. You know? And Floyd was like, holy shit. Miss. Point system. That shit was boring. Shit was boring as fuck. You know? But you guys call that entertainment. Okay. And yeah, I'm tired of this buddy shit. You got, let's team up. Let's roast marshmallows by the campfire. You know? How's that competing? You know, you guys got too much of that. LeBron started that. He started that player movement. You know, as much as I like LeBron, he started that when he joined the Miami Heat. They getting on stage, not one, not two, and you got all these guys talking about they're gonna win all these championships, and he's still underachieved, and he had a super team. But then you got some of his extremists talking about, well, you know, that Cavaliers team wasn't stacked. Get the hell out of here. Kyrie Irving was an all-star. Okay, but your tired excuses. He didn't make the playoffs until LeBron came. Well, LeBron didn't make the playoffs for his first 3 seasons neither. So was he a bum? Okay. Now you got your mouth shut. Kevin Love didn't make the playoffs. Man, Kevin Love was putting up stats like an all-star, right? Was he still an all-star coming to Cleveland? It's not like he didn't disappear. Last time I checked, he was an all-star every year playing with LeBron. Yeah, that's what I thought. But wasn't Amon Shumpert one of the best perimeter defensive players for role players in the game? Was he on the Cavaliers? Was J.R. Smith not the 6th man of the year? Okay. Stop it. Yeah, if you draft somebody, listen, guys, I'm going to give you common sense. Use your brain. If a team drafts a bunch of players and those players become all-stars, superstars, they go do the struggle of everything, that's okay. That's called organic, okay? You had your chance to pick that player. If that player is drafted number 13 and he becomes a superstar, so be it. He got drafted to that team, you dummies. Okay? I'm not talking to the guys in the screen. I'm talking about to the trolls. All right? Getting drafted to a team like Scottie Pippen did. Scottie Pippen was dog shit for years. He earned the right to become an all-star in 1992. You know, y'all forget Scottie Pippen was coming off the bench. He didn't start until a couple of seasons later. He had to earn the right. Okay? He came up with Michael Jordan. Okay? He wasn't some guy that got drafted to another team, became a superstar. Jordan got on the phone and said, hey, Scottie Pippen, come to my team, man. Hey, Hakeem Olajuwon, come to my team, man. Let's win some championships together. Because I can't do it on this team by myself, you know, with the squad that I got. Stop it. You know, yeah, some people come on here sitting there and say, well, you know, super teams, that word super team never even was invented until LeBron did player empowerment and the Miami Heat thing started. So when it comes to colluding, guys, Kyrie Irving in the back locker room telling Kevin Durant, hey, the Brooklyn Nets got salary cap space for 2 All-Stars. Come and play with me. Come on, dog. Come on. Come on. Stop it. Miss me with these crazy narratives, man. You know, these are just LeBron extreme fans that don't want to admit that his winning isn't as impressive as some other players. You can't dare no stat that shit away. You're going to put on an affinity glove and erase the Miami Heat? You're going to put on an affinity glove and erase the fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers had a big 3? Don't sit there and tell me that wasn't no big 3. They were all-stars, weren't they? You know, LeBron wasn't doing shit his first few seasons with Cleveland. So does that make him a bad player too? You're going to give Kyrie Irving was getting better with that Cleveland Cavaliers team every single season. But you guys don't want to talk about that, right? You just want to talk about the simple fact that he didn't win a championship until LeBron got there. Come on, man. LeBron did the same thing he did to Miami Heat. He tried to adapt the same rules to Cleveland Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving was a replacement for Dwayne Wade. That was a younger version of Dwayne Wade. That's what he wanted in Kyrie Irving. And Kevin Love was a replacement for Chris Bosh. Boom, a big 3, part 2. Give Jordan a team with multiple all-stars, and he could pick them. He'd get on the phone and collude and tell the guys to come to his team. Jordan probably had 9 championships right now. You know? But guys don't want to listen, man. They just want to make up narratives just to protect LeBron James. You know, nobody's hating on LeBron James, but man, respect is respect. You know, you guys sitting there, if you take cues from a coward like Floyd Mayweather and sit there and say, oh, you know, that's a role model to me. You know, man, Floyd Mayweather was one of the biggest coons that you could come up with. The guy is a walking stereotype of being a hypocrite. No, stop it. I like Floyd Mayweather as a boxer, but the dude is a scumbag. He's a flat out scumbag. No, he puts down other boxers because he wants to promote himself with this stupid narrative that he the GOAT. How is Floyd Mayweather the GOAT when nobody else is saying it but you? You're the only one that labeled yourself that, you know, as an advertisement. The people have to award you as the GOAT. Michael Jordan wasn't walking around calling himself the GOAT. We gave him that title. But hey, yo, but hey, man, you guys want to fall for that stereotype? You can. You know, there's facts and proof. LeBron tried to get Klay Thompson on the Lakers because his father wanted his Klay Thompson to be a Laker. And LeBron was sitting there trolling that dude, you know? Yep. I like Floyd too. You know, I like Floyd for a business standpoint, you know, empowerment. You know, he showed that, hey, you could be a black man and you could be a millionaire. You could be a billionaire. I love Floyd's business sense, but he's just like LeBron James in that sense. They're both great off the court. They know how to make money. They know how to do business. But on the court, it's a complete different story. Hold on for a minute. Oh, it's over here. Oh, it's just trash over here. No. Man, we got a light night tonight, though. We really do have a light night. Everybody must be sleeping or something like that, you know? But that's so I could teach you guys, well, not teach, but show you guys what I respect, okay? I came up in the projects. It was every man for himself. You had to earn your shit. You know, you had a crew and stuff, but you still had to earn your stuff. Nobody wasn't giving you a free pass. Nobody gave me nothing for free in the bricks. I had to earn everything. I had to earn the right to play basketball on the court. Nowadays, guys don't want to earn nothing. They just want stuff to come for free. They want the picket fence, but they don't want to earn it. They just want to get it for free. You know, there's something rewarding about going out there earning stuff, you know? When I got my first high-paying job, I went to my room. Real talk, I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. Not a secret, but just say something. When I got my first high-paying job, I went back to my house, man. I sat on the couch and tears came down my eyes because I battled racism, discrimination, you know, all this other stuff when I know I was more than enough qualified for jobs, but they hired a white guy over me. They hired somebody else of another race over me, you know? I had to go through the struggle, okay? Trying to put money in my damn pocket, trying to be a man, trying to survive in this world. I sat down, tears came down my eyes, you know, because I made it. And I made it by getting up early in the morning, working hard for mine. Period. Nobody gave me shit in life. I'm from the projects. Nobody gave me nothing. No, we came up poor. Some of my best friends were guys that criminals, guys that went to jail, guys that had guns on them. They didn't get to go to places like the Philippines or travel around the world. They didn't get that luxury. So I'm speaking to them. I'm speaking for them. You know, I earned it. That's what respect is all about. That's what being a man is all about. You could do that. You could poke your chest out and say, I earned it as a man. You think it's easy being black in the United States? It's not easy being black anywhere. You know, people look at you like you a damn plague, like you are a black cat for bad luck. You know, I get it the hard way. I could easily do the same thing here on YouTube. I could easily clout chase, talk about other YouTubers for attention. But no, I get my shit the hard way. I earned it the hard way. Just me speaking my damn opinion. Nobody else. No, a lot of these guys, they want a boost. Oh, let me talk about this guy. You know, let me jump on this guy's bandwagon. Let me be a yes man. Nah, it wasn't none of that. I had to earn everything. My wife had to earn everything she got. She came through the mud, just like me. No, nobody gave us nothing for free. All the odds was against us. Manny Pacquiao grew up in a poor country. Look at him now. All the odds against him. People looking at you, they looking at you to fail. They don't think that you could be successful. You know, these rich white people, they don't think you could live in the same community with them. Need I say more? You know? Yes, don't be scared to fail. You got guys like LeBron James. He's scared to fail. That's why he cut himself off from social media. He didn't want to deal with the fact of people calling him a choke artist and people calling him Ringless King. So he said, you know what? I can't take this type of criticism no more. Instead of just holding your damn nuts and just sitting there being like, hey, I'm going to prove these people wrong. Then I'm going to rub it in their face. You know, and according to rumors, in 2011, LeBron James, when he was up 2-1, he was in a room writing down on a piece of paper all the critics. Skip Bayless's name was on there. All the critics that called him out, he was going to call them out and right then, you know, and call them out. And look what happened. Instead of going back to your game and focusing playing basketball, you worry about what other people think about you. You can't get nowhere in life by worrying about what other people think about you, because you can't control what other people think about you. But you can control what you do as a man. You know, that's why I get on these guys. You know, they're too great. They're too talented to be doing what they do. You know, I loved it, LeBron James, the first 7 years. Okay. First 7 years, LeBron was showing and proving. He was out there being a man, you know, taking the criticism, you know. You know, and hey, if you're going to sit there and say, hey, Cleveland never's going to build a championship team around me, fine. Why did you go to, well, you could have went to another team and say, hey, you know what? This team got just enough pieces for me to win. There's my Scottie Pippen right there. I don't need to go and get Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. I'm going to make some more classic battles against Dwayne Wade and beat him. Yeah, that's why I love Allen Iverson too. Everybody said Allen Iverson played every game like it was his last. That little nigga went for it. Undersized, shorty, 5'11", 5'9" at best. Going up against giants. And giving them the business. No fear, Allen Iverson. And to this day, that's why I respect Allen Iverson more than LeBron James. Allen Iverson cut from the same cloth as me. He from the dirt. He from nothing. This guy lived in homeless shelters, Virginia, poor. You know, that grimy shit. That's what I like. That's what I like. So when I criticize guys like LeBron or Kevin Durant, that's where I'm coming from. That's what I'm talking about. But you guys, these LeBron lovers, they love giving him a pass. They try to make up every scenario in the world to give this man the pass. That's what I don't respect. One punch P. That's right. You know. No, that's why I bring that QB everywhere I go. It's all day, every day. Queensbridge Savants Lee, baby. 40 aside. I bring that guts and that determination, you know? You know, my wife's father, you know, I got tremendous respect for that guy. He's old school. He get it do the dirt, you know? He don't give a crap what nobody say about him. He just get the job done. He's a man's man. He's the type of guy that you look at and be like, yeah, I like that dude. I want to be just like that guy, you know? That's what I respect. Guys like that. I can't respect no guy that, you know, he don't install no toughness in you. He don't tell you to go out there and earn it, you know? I can't do it, man. I don't like that type of stuff. I can't support it. If it ain't real on the mic, I can't feel it, you know? I'm sorry, man. It got to be real for me to feel it, man. It got to hit the soul. It got to hit the heart, because I am a human. I'm not a robot. I'm a person with feelings, and I got to feel that shit. I got to feel that realness. You know, It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. No, that's why I respect what Kawhi Leonard did. Kawhi Leonard showed me that, hey, he don't want a super team. He want to beat LeBron. I respect that. I respect that. You know, I hear these reports, LeBron wants to play with Giannis. LeBron told the Lakers management, let's go out and get some super teams. Let's go out and get another all-star player. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure makes you successful. The more you fail and get back up, that makes you even more better. You can't succeed if you don't fail, right? If somebody just gives you something for free, you didn't even earn it. You got to fail first. You got to get knocked on your ass. You got to get punched in the face first. Then you got to come back up. Then you got to want it. That's what I like. That's what I respect. So I don't respect those Brooklyn Nets. That's why I call them the Three Stooges. I don't respect stuff like that. I don't respect nothing Kevin Durant did to win his championships, because I think he was too talented to do that. You could have beat the Golden State Warriors. You had them 3 games up to 1. Don't make an excuse that you couldn't win with Westbrook when you was 3 games to 1, fool. You could have definitely won. Why can't you win a championship with Westbrook? Don't say you couldn't have. You had more than enough chances. You choked along with Russell Westbrook. That's why you couldn't win. He didn't want that one-on-one mono with LeBron James. It'd have been nice, good, and even if Westbrook and Durant went to the finals, and let's say against Kyrie Irving and LeBron. Kyrie Irving and LeBron versus Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Let's get it on. Ding, ding, ding. I want to thank everybody for showing up here tonight. Appreciate everybody. I'm about to be out. I'm going to go and eat dinner. But that's why I wanted to show you guys. I just want to give you an example of where I'm coming from. Okay? So that was it. Prince Sports out. Appreciate everybody. Y'all be safe wherever you're at. Peace.